morning with that political spectacle in the state Senate. An all-night filibuster. It did not stop a vote on that Republican bill that would change how and when we vote, but it did illustrate something else. State Senator Carol Alvarado spoke for 15 hours on the Senate floor. She's a Democrat who represents parts of Houston and Harris County, and we spoke to her just after she left the floor from her all-night filibuster. Senator Alvarado, thank you for the time. The filibuster we all watched, it lasted through the night, 15 hours, but obviously we also saw the bill that you were speaking against ended up passing in the end. What kind of a difference do you think the filibuster made?
And I knew that was going to happen. Look, there have been 106 filibusters that we could track in the Texas Senate. And only a very small percentage, I think 27%, were used to actually kill a bill. Filibusters can be used, and this was our goal, was to put the brakes on, shine a very bright spotlight on what's taking place. Right now, there's a lot of momentum with fighting and educating people about this bill.
What was it specifically about this bill that you decided you wanted to filibuster for? Because the bill has a number of things that would change, your constituents, especially in Harris County. But what was it that drove you to this?
Well, several things. I felt that the bill was an all-out attack on my county, on Harris County. They came up with some very creative and safe, successful ways that were put together by a bipartisan group, Democrats and Republicans, who signed off on this. So there was no problem with it. But I think what it was is feeding off of the frenzy of the big lie after the 2020 election. I guarantee you, had the elections gone the other way in Harris County and Republicans had won, this wouldn't even be an issue. They probably want to expand and do more 24-hour voting and drive-through voting. But this is manipulation from the big liar himself. So that bothered me. And the parts of the bill, the provisions that are going to make it more challenging for people with disabilities.
Your filibuster, just the very fact of it in the other chamber, in the Senate, suggested to me that Democrats seem to be congealing a little more around this. Not to say that it wasn't supported, because we did see you in D.C. a few weeks ago. But my question is, at some point, the Democrats in D.C. have to return to Texas. What other options remain in the toolbox for Democrats?
Well, I think many of us, 9 senators went to D.C. with the House when they left. So I think our presence there has had an impact. At least that's what we're hearing from leadership in the Senate. I know they're trying various things, and we know what happened with Ted Cruz and all of that this week. So we're hoping by putting a lot of this tension and demonstrating what we're able to sacrifice, and maybe encourage the U.S. Senate to do something. And if we had a bill that had pre-clearance in it, then that would take care of a lot of the issues that are in Senate Bill 1.
Do you expect your colleagues in the Texas House who are currently in D.C., do you expect that they'll stay out this entire second special legislative session?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Describe what it's like behind the scenes there at the Capitol, because many viewers might not know this, but a lot of the lawmakers, Republicans and Democrats, are friends, have known each other for a long time. What's it like behind the scenes? Are people getting along with each other? Are you talking to the other side or what?
Sure. I mean, in the Senate, for the most part, there's still a lot of bipartisanship that goes on. We sometimes socialize together, and we try to work together where possible. There's some issues dealing with higher education that I think may, get some attention down the road that is going to be a bipartisan effort.
Yeah.
So we're still holding on to that in Texas, and I hope we can maintain that.
Senator Alvarado, we appreciate the time. We'll let you get some rest.
Thank y'all so much.
Now